Welcome to the Finding Your Church podcast from findingyourchurch.com. My name is Jeremy Phillips, and my goal is to help you make it a challenge for people to live in your community without finding your church. So this podcast is focused on helping pastors, church staff, church leaders, and volunteers, whether you have an existing church that has been around for decades or you are just starting out with a new church plant. It doesn't really matter how old or what size or what style or whatever your church currently is. There is typically more that can be done to help your church become better found in your community online. Now, a little about me. I have been on a church staff for a total of around 16 years in the past. In the first few years, I was a youth pastor, and then for 10 years, I was on a church staff in more of a behind-the-scenes role. My responsibilities included overseeing the technical aspects of the church and the media, as well as the website, social media, and the overall online presence. Now, while I enjoyed working on a large church staff and being in that role, I had felt the desire for a very long time to create something that would benefit many churches and not just the one that I was working in at the time. So after being at the church for 10 years, my wife and I decided that it was time to make that dream and desire a reality. So that is what findingyourchurch.com is. It is designed to be a resource for churches that can help you take steps to making your church more findable in your community so that you will have an increase in new guests visiting your church. And that's what we all want. So the key to this is taking what are hopefully simple steps to actually helping your church bring in more people through the doors. There are all kinds of technical things we could research and do to our website that may help us get found in search engines, and we will definitely look at some of those just in case that interests you and you have the time to make those types of things work. But what we want to focus on are simple strategies that will help you get found in your local community with the goal of bringing in new people into your doors. We can get as technical as you want, but unless it brings in new people through the doors, it's kind of a waste of time. So now, I am definitely not some sort of search engine optimization guru. That's not what I'm about. There are other people out there who could probably do a better job of creating resources and sharing ideas with you to help your church get found online. I'm sure of that. But I have taken a lot of time and effort to learn a few strategies that will help your church get found. Some of these are from trial and error, and some are even from strategies that I have learned from internet marketers who have to get found online to survive. So one other thing, the best part for you is that I'm still learning. And so after moving away from my previous position, we are already connected to our new church. It's actually a church plant that my brother started in the Kansas City area, and already are deeply involved in helping our new church get found online. So the strategies and resources that we will be looking at in the podcast and on the blog are the same ones that I will be looking at to see if they are a fit for my current church. So will my church use all of them? Absolutely not. And neither will yours. Nobody's going to use all of the strategies. So we want to look at as many options as we can and see what fits for our church and in our current situation. So that is who I am and what this podcast will cover. And basically what I want you to know is that there is hope if you feel lost in your local area. If your church is currently lost, there are steps you can take to help it become found. Now, I do want to let you know about a specific page on the website that will get mentioned a lot on the podcast, and that is findingyourchurch.com/toolbox. And this is the place where all of our recommended resource links will be. And this will include partner resources and affiliates connected to our site, but also free resources and products created by findingyourchurch.com, which currently is me. The first one that I want to recommend to you is the free downloadable PDF guide called Fiverr for Churches. Now, Fiverr is a site where you can get nearly any type of creative and technical work, online work done for you starting at only $5. And the account is free to get, but the work starts at only $5. So this short guide that I've written shows you exactly how to get on Fiverr and how to find the people on the site who will do the best job for your church. I have personally used this site to create video and fix some website issues on some of my sites, and the sellers I used did an excellent job. But there are a few tips that you will want to know before getting on the site that will help make your experience a great one. So go to findingyourchurch.com/toolbox to find the link to download your free Fiverr for Churches PDF guide. Well, that is all for this introductory episode of the Finding Your Church podcast. Now go and get found.